Hey guys, Buffy Game Back today bringing out a video, and today for our weapon conversion series we are covering the AK-ALFA from IWI, Kalashnikov Israel, and Kalashnikov USA. This is an Israeli weapon attempt to improve upon the Kalashnikov AK-100 series of weapons over in Israel. Go ahead and cover this. This is a conversion I've been wanting to do for a while, but this gun has just been bugged, and it seems like they just recently fixed it so you can use these attachments on the weapon. So as we back out, here's our final design for the AK-ALFA. Very nice design here. Now again, this one's kind of a stretch. It's not 100% a match, but it is a very close match. Shout out to this Justin from the community for bringing this one to my attention. Looks pretty close to an AK-ALFA. There's some obvious differences, but it does look pretty spot on for the most part. So we'll go ahead, back out, and what we're going to do at base is we're going to want to select the MTZ 762. So this is the Bren 2 BR at base. MTZ 762. What we're going to do first off is for the conversion kit, we're going to want to turn it into the Jack Heretic carbine kit. This will change it from firing the NATO 762x51 to the Russian 762x39mm. So you're going to get mobility and handling increase, rate of fire increase, recoil control increase, which doesn't seem to be correct. The recoil seems way worse on this build. And then gun kick control. Cons are damage and bullet velocity. So we'll go ahead and select the Heretic conversion. Now, for the magazine option, you could definitely keep it as a 30, but looking at the AK-ALFA design, the standard 30-round magazine of the 762x39 just appears to be longer, more closely resembling the 40-round magazine of the 762x39. You also have a 20-round, and then you have the base 30 and the 40-round. So we're going to run the 40-round of 762x39mm, increase our rounds from 30 to 40 by 10. And that'll reload quickness and magazine ammo capacity are the pros. You can see the cons: aim at sight speed, movement speed, and sprint of fire. Underbarrel, we're going to skip out on this one, and you'll see why. We're also going to skip on the muzzle. Now, for the barrel option, you can see here you have the base barrel, short barrel. You have the Rowan XL barrel for aim down sight speed. You have a recoil barrel here, which will help your recoil control slightly while improving range. And then you have the MTZ Precision Blackthorn barrel. This is the one we want. You're going to need to bullet velocity and range is going to be a pro, aim idle sway, and fire and aim stability, all pros, with the cons are hip and tack fire spread, as well as aim walking speed. You can also see it's going to be hurting your recoil, but you're improving your velocity and damage range significantly with this. So this is a good barrel. That's going to give us as close as we can get to the AK-ALFA barrel, which is an M-LOK barrel in real life. Here you can see we have Picatinny rails on the left and right hand side, but we do have, it's a key mod in real life for the most part. There is M-LOK versions also, but this one here you have rail covers and you have some M-LOKs there also. So we'll go ahead and go to the Blackthorn barrel. Laser we're going to skip. Now for the optic, you could run with the OTG reflex sight, which is the Mars sight, because it is an IWI sight, but that's not a sight that you would ever really see on this weapon. The optics that you see are more closely resembling something like the Dragon's Eye optic here. This is a hollow sun optic. And for this one, we're going to go with the Corio Enforcer optic. Or you could go with an EOTech, but the Corio Enforcer is just a little bit more of that futuristic IWI design there. Precision sight picture, we'll go ahead and select just the base one there. You can see you have a couple different blueprint options. Select the base one. And then for the stock option. So the AK-ALFA has a side folding stock, folds to the left-hand side, and it looks similar to, but not exactly like the SCAR stock. Obviously, heavily inspired by the SCAR and the ACR stocks, as you see with a lot of modular designs these days. This is going to improve the close quarters assault stock, and improve our recoil control and gun kick. Cons are aim down sight, sprint to fire, and sprint to fire speed. So you can see there, we're going to help out our recoil, which you're going to need with this one. You also have the Blackthorn stock, but this one is not accurate for the AK-ALFA. The AK-ALFA stock closely, or as close as you can get, is the close quarters assault stock. So we'll go ahead and select that. Then for the camo option for this one, you are going to want either a woodland design. You could go all black if you wanted. But for this one, I think the better design is the foliage design with the bamboo. This appears to be closest as to what I have unlocked, at least. You can definitely find some better options, but black would be really good also. But for the purpose of this, it just looks a little bit almost too black, if that makes sense. So we'll go with the foliage. That one definitely works for this. And this is our final design for the MWIII AK-ALFA, produced by Kalashnikov Israel and Kalashnikov USA. So this is the final design here for the AK-ALFA. Now, some differences is obviously with this buttstock that we have, it's made to fold to the right-hand side. In real life, the buttstock would fold to the left-hand side. You can see the charger handle is also on the left-hand side, which is accurate. The magwell is the biggest difference here with this weapon. Other than that, it's pretty closely resembling the real-life AK-ALFA. You have a full-length pick rail on top. In real life, this buttstock would look slightly different for sure. It would fold to the left, and it would block the charging handle, so you wouldn't be able to charge or fire off more than one round because it is a reciprocating charging handle, and I do not believe it's ambidextrous. And then you would have typical fire safety controls. I don't know if it's ambidextrous because this weapon was never adopted, and there's not a lot out there on it. I just remember seeing it a long time ago and it being a really intriguing design. So this is the AK-ALFA, really nice design. Go ahead, jump into the firing range here and see how it is. Now again, this thing, it just feels like it has more recoil than the base MTZ-762. So you really probably want to grip on this and opt with the 30-round magazine. I think would be the better option here. You can see if we do 3-plate bots. This thing is very good close quarters, and with this barrel, we're stretching it out with the range. But again, if you had a grip on it, you'd probably be okay for that longer target. Now for the recoil, if we just let it rip straight up and to the left, so let it rip one more time with more rounds. So again, straight up left, straight up left. It's got an interesting design. See if we can control it. So personally, I would put a grip and a horizontal muzzle brake on there, potentially instead of a buttstock. But overall, AK-ALFA, again, it's not 100% accurate. The really only downside here is the magwell is off and the buttstock is not exact. Other than that, this thing is pretty close. Jump into the gameplay here. This with a 40-round mag, again, it's a close quarters beast for sure. And we're utilizing the best range we can with this particular barrel. You'll see me just wreck through the AI here. It is a lot of fun to use for sure. You can improve this and make it a better design, definitely. Now again, it is produced by IWI, Israel, but it's Kalashnikov Israel and Kalashnikov USA are the manufacturers. Place of origin is Israel and United States. It was designed around the mid-2000s. I think it was debuted in ShotShow 2016. And the development is out of Saiga parts. So it uses... Russia was not consulted or commented on this weapon, but it was used or designed using Russian Saiga parts for the weapon itself. Stamped parts from the Saiga designs. Cartridge available is 7.62 by 39 millimeter Russian, and also you have it available in 5.56 by 45 millimeter NATO. Rate of fire is going to be around 600 rounds per minute with this weapon. Again, that's going to vary based on gas settings. Also available in the it is not available, or it is 5.56 by 45 NATO and 7.62 by 39. There is no 5.45 by 39 available, so that's one thing that's not available. It's typically made, you see the same thing with the Galil Ace design and the MWIII. Israel is really always trying to reverse engineer or improve upon the AK design. And this is a really good attempt at it. I really like the way this design looks, for sure. The overall length of the weapon is going to be 415 millimeters for the barrel. It's going to be overall 950 millimeters with the buttstock extended. With it folded, it'll be 684 4 millimeters. Again, the barrel length is going to be 415 millimeters or 314 millimeters, depending. There's 2 different barrel options for this. The weight for the weapon is going to be 3.5 kilograms, and the magazine capacity is going to be 30. Obviously, there's going to be aftermarket magazines like the 40 rounds, 45 rounds. I believe it takes standard AKM 7.62x39 magazines, and the rate of fire is 600 to 650 rounds per minute. So again, this was a prototype design. It was never formally adopted that I'm aware of, but it was made civilian versions and military versions in select fire. So it may be available still in the civilian market. I'm sure you could get your hands on one. It is a really nice design, and again, basically an attempt at an ergonomic AK. This is kind of almost what I would have expected more of a AK-12, AK-15 type design to look like. And I remember when the AK-12 was being talked about in the 2010s, this is the design that I would see online and think this was the actual new Kalashnikov AK, but it's not. It's a reverse engineered, improved version tried by Kalashnikov Israel and Kalashnikov USA. Let me know your thoughts down below, what you think of this weapon. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a really cool conversion. Shout out to this Justin for the conversion. Also, memberships are available down below. There's a join button also in the description, and merchandise link is also in the description. You should see it below the video or on the page as well. But merchandise link in the description. If it's not available, you don't see it under the video, I'll fix that on YouTube for you guys. New designs should be coming here early April. I have a couple, 2 new designs working on, and we have some other ones that I have wireframes or blueprints for, and we'll get those designs, just trying to work out the right colors, all that stuff. So if you guys have any t-shirt designs, merchandise designs, things like that, go ahead and leave it down below. Definitely in the Discord is a good place to do it. Discord link also down below. Till next time, Buffner Gaming with the AK-ALFA. Buffner Gaming, out.